Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to make this thing you see on the screen right now. I'm going to show you how to move the anchor point so you can make your mask open from one side or the other, or from a corner or from top or bottom. We'll go ahead and start out on the edit page. Go to Media Pool, right click, New Fusion Comp. You can name it if you want, but you don't have to, and leave it on 5 seconds. And go to Fusion. I have to use this on-screen keyboard because I'm paralyzed. I can't use my hands and arms. That's why it's up there in the way. Click away right about here. Shift space and S rectangle. And shift space and S render. Select the rectangle. Set the height to 0.1. And if you move the width, as always, it moves from the center anchor. So both sides will move at the same time, whether it's vertical or horizontal. I'm going to set the corner radius to 0.2 while I'm here. And select the render. Add a transform. Now within the transform, we have these pivot X and Y. I'm going to take the pivot X to the left, right to the very edge. Being we didn't change the default setting of the width of the rectangle, it'll be 0.25. 0.25. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It's right on the very left edge. Now if we move the size, it'll shrink right to that point. So uncheck the aspect ratio. And I can just use the X size and it'll move from right to left. Now if we move this to the other side, we'll go 0.75. Now the anchor point is right on the right side. Now it moves from left to right. Now we take the pivot point up to the top corner. It'll just work like I just showed you at the moment. But if you lock this again, it'll shrink into the point where the pivot is, which will be the top corner. So we'll uncheck that. Set that back to the default for now. And select the transform. Add a merge. Get an ellipse. Get a background. And select the background. And I'm going to make mine red. And select the ellipse. We're going to connect the width to the height with an expression so it stays symmetrical. Right click on the width. Expression. Grab the pick whip from the plus sign. Take it to the height and let go. I'm going to set the size to 0.22. And just move it over with the center X. 0.165 on the X. Okay, set your playhead at frame 0. Take the height all the way down. Set a keyframe. I'm on a 30 FPS. You may have to adjust accordingly. We'll advance 10 frames. And take this back up to 0.22 or to your liking. And leave the playhead on frame 10. Go to the transform. We want to move the pivot back to the left side. So we'll go 0.25. I moved it over there to demonstrate it for you. Now take the X size down. Set a keyframe. Advance 1 second, 30 frames for me, to frame 40, and then hit the little dot. Set it back to 1.0. Select the merge, add another one. We're going to use a loader node to bring in the logo. That way it'll stay with the project. You'll be able to reuse it in other projects, as long as you don't move or rename the media. Click away right about here. Shift space and loader. I do recommend not to use numbers like I have here, to use letters. Most of the time with numbers, it seems to want to crash Resolve, but I'm getting away with it today. Select the ellipse, go to center, right click, publish. Now go to the merge 2, go to center, right click, connect 2, ellipse 1, center, and your logo should snap right to the ellipse. Take the size all the way down, put your play at frame 0, set a keyframe, advance back to frame 10, and bring your logo up to where you like it. You don't really have to use the ellipse, but I like to use it because it looks more 3D-ish. Something like that. Now select the merge 2, add another one, get a text node, put the text you're liking in, change the color so it's visible. I'm going to use a left anchor. Take your playhead back to frame 10. Take the right on all the way down. Set a keyframe. Advance to 1 second again, frame 40. And turn the right on all the way up. And when you scrub the playhead, you'll see it's not quite accurate with the edge of the mask. So we're going to advance to frame 15, 5 more from the original first keyframe. Take the right on all the way down. There we go, that looks good now. And we're going to put a keyframe stretcher in here. So we're going to advance 10 frames. Set a keyframe on the right on. Go to transform. Set a keyframe on the X size. We're going to advance 1 second again. Take the X size to 0. Select the text node. Take the right on down to 0. And we have the same issue here. So we'll go back 5 frames and take the right on all the way down. And go back to the last keyframe, frame 80. Select the ellipse. Set a keyframe on the height, which is the size. And select the merge for the logo. Set a keyframe on the size. We'll advance 10 frames. And take the size down. Go back to the ellipse. And take the height down. Hold the control button down. Want to transform. The ellipse. The merge. And the text. Open your spline. Zoom to fit. Select all. And F on the keyboard. Select merge 3. Add a transform. We use that for sizing it and placing it where you want. And we're going to add the keyframe stretcher. Select the transform, shift space, and keyframe stretcher. Now we are stretching between frame 40 and frame 50. If you select the first transform, between these frames is where it's completely open. Go back to the keyframe stretcher, put 40 in stretch start and 50 in stretch end. Advance your playhead till it starts to close. And take source end, the rotation dial, and move it to the left. You may have to do this several times. Every time you do it, scrub your playhead. So it's gone with about 10 or 15 frames left. Now you'll be able to stretch it to whatever length you want on the timeline. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.